ahead, Karthik.
Hi, E.O. How are you, my man?
How you doing, my friend? I'm doing great.
Are you online?
Happy Halloween. I thought you would wear your costume.
Yeah, that's funny. No celebrating Halloween here.
Where are the kids? Are they all out?
Yeah, I know, unless the markets get spooky, but I am actually wearing a skull candy. I can't see it or not.
Yeah.
So I guess that's Halloween for me.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to another weekly squeeze show. As you guys know, we changed the time of the weekly session from 9 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to continue to do that, and hopefully we'll get the 9 p.m. crew to adjust as well. And a couple of things on the agenda. We'll cover crypto, look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe some of the coins you guys are interested in. We'll look at the upcoming economic calendar. I'm always very interested in hearing about Karthik's plan for the week and the market internals. We'll look at indices and money calendar, and then we'll look at some of the select stocks, whether it's from money calendar or like some of the big names, the FANG stocks, etc. And I kind of see how that's going to go. What do you think about that, Karthik?
Hey, that sounds like a great plan, Eo. I think definitely interesting to get some perspective on your NFTs and Bitcoin and cryptos and those kind of things. As usual, I guess you're going to kick it off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me do that. Let's take a look at Bitcoin because, as you guys know, Plan B had predicted Bitcoin prices pretty good for the last couple of months. If his predictions will continue to hold, we are supposed to finish October at around 63K. So we'll see how tonight ends up. We're still at 61.3, but he's pretty good. He's pretty close to 63. And he had this prediction from back in the day when we were at like, I don't know, 30K, 20 or something like that. And his November prediction is, if I remember correctly, was like maybe 85K. I'm gonna guess. Let me see. Actually, I'll look at his calendar. His Twitter. Plan B. So is a famous guy on Twitter that's been doing pretty good on-chain analysis and have good predictions on the pricing. So he said, he said August greater than 47K, September would end 43K and above. October, he estimated 63K and above. We're pretty close, but we're not above yet. So let's see what happens by midnight. November, his estimate is 98K, and then December 135K. So we'll see if he nails those. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. I'll take a look at weekly. So as you guys can see, market cipher on the weekly, money flow positive, momentum wave turning. So we may have a pullback in the first couple of days of November. We'll see how it closes tonight, but this momentum wave here, we'll see if it'll make a bigger wave here or is it going to continue down. We're going to come back into this triangle that we are still in. So And I'd like to see, for bigger moves in November, I'd like to see us break this 62,000 level and, really go, like, once we break this, our next target is really 123K. So that's the weekly chart, right? So that's definitely a month out, month or two out. So we are on the weekly squeeze. As you guys know, we talk about weekly squeezes on this chart. The squeeze and the ADX is pretty good still. Histogram is going up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a continuation bar another week up here. Or we kind of consolidate here because the squeeze had already fired in 3 bars. So maybe we have a little bump tonight. We hit 63K and then we consolidate, perhaps pull back to this support line and then fly from here for November. So that's weekly chart. Let me see 3-day. What does it look like? Yep, same. Actually, the money flow is turning nicely. VWAP is below 0, so consolidation is imminent. But this, I like this curvature on the red money flow. So we're coming from red to green, typically indicates a big move coming. Let's see, I would have liked to see some squeezes. That'll excite me, but I don't see any squeezes. So we're, oh, okay. So daily we do have squeezes on Bitcoin. Let's see. And it's 41 ADX, so that's quite a big number. So we'll see how that plays out, but we may get a daily squeeze fired. But this histogram is currently to the downside. So, but we'll see. We need to see a few more daily closes to decide the direction of this. Right now, we had a pullback to the mean on daily. This is a very bullish chart. So perhaps at the mean, it's a buy the deep type situation, right? Yeah, 60,533. That's kind of like the support line, and we need to hold that. Let me see on the 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour is kind of in a range consolidation. We do have a green dot buy, orange dot squeeze. This is actually pretty good. ADX is low though. Anything below 20 is not that exciting. So we'll probably continue consolidation. VWAP is crossing 0. So I wouldn't be surprised if we, in the next 4 hours, which is tonight, before midnight, we hit 63,000. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, with this VWAP crossing like this. You see how it is? It was up here when it did that, when the curvature of the money flow and the VWAP kind of together with the momentum wave turning. So we actually, let me see if, where's my, so we had this similar thing here that we got, that gave us this move. This could give us this move. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 63K and we come back from there. And perhaps consolidate there. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is going to probably follow Bitcoin, especially tonight. Yeah, Ethereum is doing very well, actually. Let me see the weekly. Yeah, so I think this is a 3-day chart or 2-day chart. I did this. Really, I can't remember. I think I might have done this at 3-day chart. So for Ethereum, I have a near-term target of $6,400. I actually drew this, and it's currently, you guys see the squeeze firing on 3-day chart? This is really bullish, guys, with ADX 30. Anything above 20 is, we're expecting explosive moves, and Ethereum is already following this, right? 4,300 right now is, pretty good. I expect this to continue. So Ethereum typically leads the market. It'll probably indication of Bitcoin potentially hitting 63K as well. And then you see how I have consolidation here this week. So we'll probably consolidate around 4,500. This would be very exciting if this happens tonight. Look at this, Karthik. It's 3-day. This is a 3-day bar though. So the next 3 days, you may get this move.
Yeah.
So 43, like really, I drew this like around here, I think, when it's 41, 4,200. So 40, yeah, 4,500 reasonable. Yeah. Even more is possible, but this is a pattern, historical pattern. Let me see, 2-day. Yeah, 2-day squeeze already fired to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised that triggers the 3-day to fire. So we're about to fire 3-day, Karthik. This is going to go much higher.
Yeah, looks good actually. Yeah.
Daily is getting back in squeeze. So like I said, I think we hit 4,500. We consolidate for these squeezes to become even higher compression. Let me just double check 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour indicates potential pullback, but all the pullbacks are very short-lived. As you can see, this is all like squeezes. So I expect this to continue, and then we kind of slowly go up. I'm going to show you guys. Let's look at some of the other altcoins. Let me just share. All right. Let's look at the top 100 daily. I don't know if you guys caught this. If you do this weekly, Decentraland Mana. This is one of those metaverse coins. It went up big time. It was much higher, and obviously at very high levels, it got people kind of took profits and it came down. But all the NFT, gaming, and metaverse coins, right? Mana, Sand, Engine, they're flying. I think I mentioned to you guys I'm doing a lot of NFT gaming investments, and they're doing very well. Shiba is, on a weekly basis up, obviously, but it pulled back. Let's look at the daily, because I think most of these things came back from their top levels. Let's look at Gecko. Yeah, I think I covered this before. Make sure, guys, you have exposure to definitely Bitcoin, Ethereum. And, if I kind of do a portfolio for you guys, so make sure 50% of your portfolio has exposure to these solid coins, and then, make sure you have allocation to perhaps another 25% into second-tier solid projects, kind of equally distribute Solana, Polkadot, Luna, Chainlink, Polygon, Algorand, and VeChain. I would do that. So that's your second tier, and then the third tier, remaining 25%, I would do a little bit like high risk, high reward, right? I would do XRP, because I think by December we're gonna have some news, positive news, perhaps before December. I suspect related to their legal case, and once that legal case removed, like everybody else, XRP is gonna probably break its all-time high, and you probably have a good opportunity. So some exposure to XRP. Again, you equally distribute to your third tier to these coins I'm mentioning. So XRP, AVAX, let me see, Phantom, and Let's see any of these. Yeah, I would do Harmony 1. Okay, these are as your third tier. So that's the portfolio I would do. If you want to allocate some to NFT gaming coins, metaverses, think about doing like a 5%. If you know, do the remaining third tier 20, and then do another 5 on gaming coins. For some of the NFT and gaming coins, they probably have 100x opportunities, right? That's where the biggest opportunities are. Where are the categories? Oh, I was looking at the wrong place. So think about actually, in the same token, I would like some of these Polkadot ecosystem coins. Make sure you have some exposure to, and it's combination with gaming coins, okay? Because there's some of the parachain stuff definitely applicable to NFTs, marketplaces, and also the Polka Bridge is one. Polka City is the other one from this list. And I want to really look at where are the gaming coins. I thought there was a category. Oh, metaverse right here, guys. Sorry. So this UFO gaming, I have a decent size of this. It's an up and coming. I think you guys saw what happened to Mana. Just, you know, have some exposure to UFO gaming. I think Mana and Sandbox went up a lot over time, as you guys can see. UFO gaming went up as well, but still a smaller market cap. So this thing can easily get up to these market cap levels of its competition. Let me see. So the other one is it doesn't show up here. Let me see. Oh, PBR. So guys, this is a, it's not showing up on CoinGecko. Yeah, make sure you have exposure to PBR. Does it come up on CoinMarketCap? It doesn't. Anyhow, it's probably a Uniswap coin, that's why. But it's one of those gaming coins as well. I invested in. So anyhow, those are kind of my crypto picks. None of this is financial advice. These are the portfolio items that I play with and have some exposure. You have to assume anything you do with crypto, you could lose all of your money. So be careful. With that, maybe Karthik, we come to you for the market internals, or if you have any questions, or if anybody has any questions, actually. Actually, Hamid has a question. Let's cover that. So Hamid asked, what platform do you use for your trading, investing in coins, gaming coins? So, guys, there are decentralized exchanges that you catch some of the projects early before they actually go to the centralized exchanges. Because when they go to centralized exchanges, you typically get, you know, a pump of, you know, perhaps 2x, 3x, maybe more. So you want to catch them on decentralized exchanges. So make sure you're familiar with Uniswap. Okay, I'll put it in chat. PancakeSwap. Cruchy swap. Okay. These are all, obviously decentralized exchanges where you can actually buy Ethereum from any exchange. Most exchanges have Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? And take Ethereum to these with your wallet and swap it to other coins that may not be in the exchanges. So you catch them before they get listed, exchange, and do it in smaller sizes. So you have to get knowledgeable about a little bit on the Ethereum gas fees and knowing what type of slippage you're going to have to deal with in an inefficient exchange, right? That decentralizes peer-to-peer. And there's a matching algorithm in Uniswap. It's actually pretty good for most coins, but still, if Ethereum gas fees are really high and you wanna wait for your transaction to happen at the right times, don't FOMO in at times where the gas fees are really, really high. So because you could have a failed transaction and then lose the gas fees without having the actual trade go through. So definitely look at DEXs. And then in terms of centralized exchanges, obviously in the US, there are many options. Gemini, Coinbase, Kraken, Binance US. In Asia Pac, you can use KuCoin. I think it's one of the better ones. And then for futures trading, Bybit and Climax. Okay. In the YouTube channel, you have links for all of those. If you want to use my referral links, you might get some cash back on some of them. That's it, guys. Any questions, Karthik?
No, that's a pretty good summary of the activity. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Karthik, I'll turn it over to you for the upcoming week. What do we have on the economic calendar?
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Some of the things that I'm looking at. Let me share my screen here. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Welcome everybody. Hey, Amit. So what we are looking at for the upcoming week, right? End of the month, right? I mean, I think I should not be a factor anymore for the Monday game plan, being the November 1st. But since today being October 31st, big market events to watch for the upcoming week is going to be the FOMC on Wednesday. The meeting and the presser at 2 o'clock and 2:30 Eastern, respectively. I think all the other stuff that we have, the ISM and all those kind of things, is probably not going to be a huge impact. I think the FOMC tapering decision, I think everybody knows about the tapering decision, but I think the question is, what is the quantum of the dollars that they're going to do every month or every FOMC meeting, or what's kind of that game plan that needs to be laid out by our chairman, Powell. So that's the biggest thing for next week. If you're trading oil, Thursday, the whole day, the OPEC meetings. So keep an eye on crude and the activity and the volatility around this OPEC meeting. And obviously Friday is, again, the first Friday of the month is the non-farm payroll. So expect some volatility. I mean, I'm thinking we don't get much volatility into the FOMC meeting as we rallied last week, but potentially on Wednesday after whatever the news comes out with the FOMC, that could trigger some volatility event on after Wednesday afternoon, so going into Thursday and Friday. So Friday is a non-farm payroll. We'll take a look at the chart, see how it's setting up, but I think just keep this on back of your mind in terms of how you're trading and try to be nimble going into Monday and Tuesday. I'm not expecting much activity on Monday and Tuesday, but we definitely could day trade and try to be nimble. So with that said, let's take a quick look as we do every week on NQ and ES. I guess this is my chart that I kind of share every week with this 34 EMA. It's very interesting. If you see on the bottom left-hand corner, the 8, 13, 21 and wave is just turning double green. So you know what that means. Any pullback could be a buying opportunity, guys. So on the NQ, would love to hear what our friend EO would seeing on NQ, but anywhere between this is my black. Oops, sorry about that. Let's see if I can draw this correctly. You see this line in here? I'm not sure why this is messing up here. Okay, there you go. So to see this black line in here, that black line is my ATMA, and then my toolbar is not working properly. So let me stick to my regular mouse in here. All right, so this is, you see the black lines here, that's my ATMA. That could be an aggressive buy zone when it pulls back, which is 15,600 level. But typically I would like to entertain a swing position to the long side in the NQ by taking a look at around 15,350 would be kind of ideal, which is a 34 EMA wave, and then all the way into, I guess the 50 EMA is also at 15,245. So 15,300, 350 area could be a good potential buy. That's almost like 600-point drop. Can we expect that with the FOMC? You know, we don't know, right? I mean, so we could kind of keep an eye on that levels and see how we could play if we get to those levels to get long. But I think we stick to the long side on NQ as I think it's just turning double green today, meaning like tonight with all the futures gapping up like 60 points.
15,900. that's really good.
Yeah, that's your level that you mentioned last week. I
so
think,
it hits my target from like several weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Okay. Last thing on ES, guys. Again, this has turned double green on 10/28 mid last week on Thursday. So again, you know, would you buy this at the highs? I think most of the buying that you're seeing here is because of the hedging by the, I think the buy, I don't know if there's real buyers in there or not, but I think with the gamma squeeze going on, this could be a potential hedging by the market makers to cover their deltas. So I think that's what this is happening, but I'm thinking we'll get some pullback next week where we could kind of entertain to the long side. 4,500, that's like 100 points down. I'm not really sure if we get that, but sometimes you just look at this one time framing to the upside, guys. Like it's like this is ridiculous. I mean, the market is efficient these days. You know, it doesn't give you a pullback, not even to the ATMA for us to get in, because ATMA is another moving average that I look at to see if there's a potential pullback and buy into. But even we are not even getting that pullback to get into. So maybe we get it to 45, 60 level next week to get some longs, aggressive longs in here. But I think typically around 4,500 would be a good buying zone for me, which is the mean as well. The mean is the 21 EMA for me. So that's the market on the NQ and ES. Definitely would like to see what EO is thinking going into next week.
Let me, before you move on, maybe I just quickly share the NQ.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Well, I think, Karthik, I had shared this with you before. like this pullback here, while it felt painful, you and I talked about the symmetry with the previous pullbacks where from the median it bounced back every single time. Perhaps this was the deeper one, but this looks really bullish if we follow the previous buy signals. And I'm looking at the momentum where it's just starting, and this is a weekly chart, guys. So if I do like a pattern similar to where we had this before, we had something similar here. That's the most recent one. And we had something similar here. Same way, the stochastic, and we got this. Actually, this is probably the most similar up here, and we got the buy signal. So yeah, something like this. It would complete this week bullish, and we get a pullback. And wow, I mean,
it's crazy, huh?
Yeah, if this happens, maybe it's more like this though, something like this. So the new target is like 17. Oh my God, 17,650. That's crazy. We'll see how we react to this 15,900 level. I gave you guys this target when we were down here. So we are right now, we'll see whether we break through that 900 and keep going up. But, this is what it looks like. In fact, I'm going to save this so we can monitor. But that's what it looks like. Wow. So that's kind of my NQ analysis. In fact, I'm going to write this down right here. Price target number 2, okay? Because we had number 1, we hit 17,590. Okay, and we had price target 1 right here. Guys, when I gave this number, it sounded crazy. Like this sounds like a crazy number right now. So we'll have to see how NQ behaves around this 15,900. If we roll over from this and stay under it, this becomes resistance, okay? So we may just roll over from here and go back and test the lows. But if history repeats itself, we're going to continue to go up until the end of year. Actually, this is weekly chart, so this is end of Q1. So these numbers, by the way, guys, this is end of Q1 number, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. We're gonna, based on end of year, looks like we're at this level. We're going to go up and we'll come back, pull back, and retest 15,900. That's what it looks like. What do you think about that?
I think, with the seasonality as a tailwind behind us for at least going into November and December, I think JC thinks going into the first quarter of next year, your levels may come true. I think we should keep a close watch on any pullbacks and just get long. I think this market's, it's not allowing people to get in, right? I mean, I missed some of the move from the obviously didn't catch the tail bottom of the market, but one time framing to the upside. Once we get a pullback, we get probably a flush down quickly back to some of the support levels that we're looking at. Could be interesting.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Same scenario here. Some crazy numbers up here. Golden pocket. God.
What's the number there?
It's like 54.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. But that's for that's at the end of the first quarter.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, that's,
Yeah, I do.
I doubt that's, I mean, I'm questioning myself, but I'm just, so look at the symmetry here. We have this stock RSI, VWAP. Yeah, same thing right here. So, oh my God. I mean, I doubt that this will happen, but so yeah, something like this. Again, it rolls over, retest something here, and we'll keep going up.
Yeah, I mean, with the tapering and the interest rate potential hike into 2022,
More like this.
anything could happen, right? That's pretty aggressive. What time frame is that?
This is weekly, so we're gonna, this is,
okay.
So end of year looks like pretty kind of at these levels. We're gonna have a pullback, go up and then pull back.
Got it. Okay.
And then next year, first quarter, this is if the continuation of the move happens. I don't know. We'll see. It's based on similar prediction with this, but no one knows what's going to happen next, right? So
yeah,
Fibonacci extensions, when you apply it kind of in combination, that's the next target. If we break through this level, these levels here, yeah, it's very, very interesting. All right, Karthik, back to you for your
all right
remaining steps.
Thank you. That helps getting some different perspective. You look like pretty bullish from your side. Like I said, anything could happen with the FOMC tapering this year and interest rate hikes coming into 2022. So we'll play that as and when those things arrive. But that's pretty bullish perspective. Let's see how that goes. All right, for an upcoming week, guys. If you guys can see this, again, if one standard deviation moves for next week's for NQ is like 356 points. For ES is 103 points. If you don't know how you guys playing this, how to play this game, this is how I do it. Like I mark these levels, the high based on the one standard deviation move. I put the high and the low marker on my charts, and if it gets to that level, generally I kind of get bullish on the low side, and on the high side is kind of acts as a resistance. The market makers kind of typically come and try to hedge or get long on the. Basically, when they sell options outside the standard deviation move, so they're protecting their options that they've sold. They'll come back and buy when it hits the low end of the one standard deviation move. So put this on your charts and see how study them before you kind of do anything. But potentially, 4,500 is on the low side, and the high side is 4,700 on the ES. So that's the one standard deviation move in the indices. On the index sentiment, I was not able to get the sentiment levels for the upcoming week for NQ and ES, but as soon as I get them, I will try to post it in here. So you guys will, once you have the link, you will get that automatically updated. So keep an eye on those index sentiment. Just a crude one. I mean, we were overbought here, so just selling off a little bit. So wish it sold off more. I'm short crude. So let's see how those things play out on the crude. I guess this is kind of critical that I want to kind of bring to your attention is the sector sentiment that we look at every week. If you look at some of the things we talked about, right, like the XLY, which was close to the oversold level. Look at it right now, right, where it is with Tesla and Amazon is kind of a different player, but it looks like and there are a few other XLY kind of stocks moving with this to get this to this sentiment level right here. I mean, most of the sectors that I'm looking at are all cooked. I was telling EO last week. So with the sentiment with this kind of bearish from a sentiment standpoint, look at every ETF, right? SMH is close to the sell zone. XLK is close to the sell zone. The question is, do we really get a pullback? The answer is that's what I've been waiting for if you need to get long. So if we get any pullbacks along with this news events for the upcoming week, I would play the game accordingly. So look at XLV.
Even like the very bullish views I gave, they were weekly charts, right? They actually look like we will have a pullback. So but like the pullbacks look like buy the dip opportunities. So
yeah, exactly, right. I agree. So I just wanted to kind of
see a nasty pullback though on some of these.
Yeah, exactly, right. So that's why I keep sharing this stuff in here and see if we can, how we could utilize this from the indicator perspective, right? I mean, can we kind of have an actionable signal if it gets in here, just close the eyes and buy something at these levels, at the oversold levels, and then kind of ride the sentiment. Obviously, this is just an intermediate trend indicator for me, but obviously combine this with your charts to make sure that you're getting in at the right levels. But this is kind of a critical component for my weekly actionable signal and how I play certain things. Do I play everything? No. But there are certain sectors when I play like XLK or SMH or XLV or XLF, like I look at this sentiment to see where they are before pulling the trigger. Hopefully that helps on the sector sentiment. And then I guess the seasonality analog that I've been sharing, did they front run this last couple of days? I don't know. They may have. November 1st, from a seasonality standpoint, is bullish going into, I guess, November 1st all the way through December. Look at this, hockey stick in here. So this could kind of go all the way into December, including SPX and Russell and even the NQ. Now, from a seasonality standpoint, so that could keep everything to the long side from a seasonality standpoint. The last thing I do want to share is this chart that I kind of was looking at this weekend. This is the S&P seasonality. Basically plots what's the seasonality for next 1 week, next 1 month, and next 3 months. So listening to EO, I mean, look at this next 3 months, right? Going into new year, S&P seasonality is 96%, meaning 96% bullish, and the average performance is like 5.9% going into going into next 3 months. Same thing here, like next 1 month, we are bullish 88% of the time. And then this is like a 71% of the time. Next week, we are bullish. So I would love to get some perspective from EO on the money calendar and see how we could play this seasonality combined with money calendar and all the sentiment stuff that we always look at. That's kind of my take for this week. I think I'm closely watching the price action at various levels, and then if we get an opportunity at some of the zones that we are looking at, and that's when I would entertain certainly to the long side, as we're turning double green now. So this is like, it's not anymore like an oversold, overbought level, which is it was in a chop zone right in here for last couple of months. I guess let's see how the FOMC kind of plays out this week, and let's react to the price action accordingly. I don't know if anybody has any questions. If not, let's punt it back to you for the money calendar and some of the stocks we can look at.
Yeah, let's take a look at the money calendar. Let's see. As you can see, November on the money calendar, just a reminder for anybody who's new to this channel, money calendar looks at the patterns of trading last 10 years and tries to identify repeating patterns for a particular week in a given month. So we see here the full November month, and then we also see the first week. So we'll look at day by day and see if there are any stocks that have like a pretty high probability setup. So if we look at Monday trades for this week, the bullish trades that have high power meter and high probability. Boeing has a good setup. The chart is okay. It's a little skewed by last year's results, but if you enter a trade on November 1st and exited a trade on December 3rd, 100% of the time you made money. On average, you made $15, 15-point move. Max profit was a 93%, like 93-point move. And you have to exactly follow these dates for entry and exit. But between these dates, you may have a drawdown of like 31 points. But consistently, this was a winning trade in the past. So we should probably take a look at BA chart. Karthik, right after kind of looking at the list this week, I'm gonna write it down. We can do all that together at the end. That was for Monday. That looks good. What is URI? I think we looked at URI in the past.
Yeah, we did last week, I think.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it again. What other? So these are the 100%. Let me see if there's another one. So we have another 100% LMT. Yeah, chart looks good. So we should look at LMT. That's for Monday. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, we still have 3M. I wonder how we did with 3M because this was on the list last week. So we might as well look at it and see if we did well with our last week's trades, I think. So that's Monday. Monday, 100% trades. Tuesday. Wow, Google starts on Tuesday. So that excites me. Let's take a look. So how does it look? All right, we do have one non-working trade. So it wasn't 100%, right? This was a 90%, that's why. Okay. So this was a 90%, but we should still look at Google, I think. That's Tuesday. But let's focus on the 100% ones. This is Blackstone, I think. Accenture. What is this? Let's see. Yeah, I would skip these. All right. Let's look at Wednesday. Power meter. BlackRock. This is BlackRock, right? Or Blackstone? Can't remember. Yeah. It's one of them. All right, MDY. This was the mid-sized growth fund, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, right. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so we can skip that. We looked at it. Oh, SPY. Look at this, Karthik. 100% win rate.
When was that? Like, what's the date? Thursday?
Yeah, so this is for November 3rd. So we got to look at SPY with the context of November 3rd. Entry and exit November 30th. Wow. So on average, you made $10, really, or maybe $6. Last year is a skew, but skewing the results. But okay. SPY, that was 100%. What is it? Is this McKesson or what's MCK? We should look at MCK. That's also November 3rd. What is this? NSC again. LMT again. Okay, MCO and XBI. That's biotech, I think. All right, MCO, we should keep this in mind. MCO chart actually looks much better than anything we saw so far. And is this ordered? Yeah. Where did I see the other 100% XBI? This must be biotech, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And XBI. Let's take a look at Thursday. Was this Thursday? No. That was Wednesday. Let's look at Thursday. It's probably going to be the same stuff. Yep. This looks good. November 4th. That's 100% MCD. Yeah, we're already gonna look at MCD, right? Is this McDonald's?
Yeah, that's McDonald's.
Oh wow, looks good. Really good. Thursday is McDonald's day. All right, that's also 100%. ADP. 100%. ADP looks good as well. Let's see what else we can do. What other 100%s? Okay, yeah, I would draw the line here because it's not a high power meter. So, all right, let's go to Friday. PLK gets 100%. Google is still on the list, 90%. Accenture, SYY. It doesn't look very good. Okay. I think that's it in terms of power meter. So why don't we do this? Let's look at the let's start with, I'll look at BA, and in the meantime, if you want to open up LMT, and I'll open up BA right now. Let's see. Share. I'm just curious. So let's look at BA. See what Boeing looks like. All right, so we have squeezes, guys, and the histogram is coming to on the weekly. So we have a weekly squeeze on Boeing. Right, VWAP is on the negative. Money flow is on the negative. Let me see. Yeah, momentum wave is actually, guys, momentum wave is actually doing a inverse head and shoulder here. So we may need to wait till this turn. That may be interesting. Buy opportunity. So last time you did that, let's take a look. It was down here. We had a kind of, you know, similar head and shoulder here. So you get this second shoulder right around here. You would have gotten in. You would have probably stopped out here, but but you know, it was actually a decent move. You would have caught if you kind of stayed in the straight and you got in here. You could have gotten exited up here. So similar thing I think exists. This is from weekly perspective. I think we need to watch out for, this is weekly. So let's see the 3-day. Yeah, he has to complete this wave. Let's look at daily. Yeah, daily is on squeeze fired. So it's going to consolidate. It's already showing the indication of a potential turn. Let me see 4 hour. 4 hour, kind of like this. Money flow maybe will come down a little bit more and turn. So, okay, it's not a perfect setup. I wouldn't spend a lot of time. We need to see these money flow turning and then the momentum wave to the move to the upside. But it looks like on the 4 hour chart, we're actually getting, definitely you can see in 1 hour, we're getting a momentum wave and VWAP crossing. So it's going to trigger 4 hour to the buy as well. And we have squeezes. So there's a potential here. We have to watch out for the price action tomorrow on Boeing. What did you find on LMT? What does it look like?
On LMT, I mean, more or less looks like let me share my chart. Right, more or less looks like the BA chart that E.O. was sharing. Looks like some news on the earnings pulled this down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have let me see, give me 1 second. If you want to make a case to the long side based on the money calendar, I think look at the support in here around 300, what's this, Darvish box, 320 to, I guess around, what's this level is 330, right here actually, right? If you want to make a case around 320 to 330 for bull case, could be an opportunity for LMT if the money calendar supports it. You know, I mean, do we really get anywhere from here? I think the question is, like, there's a yearly point of control around 340 and ATMA is at 345, 346. I mean, I don't know if I mean,
Let me show
maybe
you.
kind of, yeah,
Let me show
there's
you.
an inside.
Yeah,
please. There's an inside day.
Market cipher would be more useful on this. So on the hourly, this thing has a hourly squeeze, and the histogram is moving up, and the momentum wave is giving a trigger buy signal, guys. So this thing has a move. This could make, with the 3180X, this could make a 2 ATR move easily on the hourly. So I don't know where we are, 331. So we could end up like 339. So you have an $8 move, at least on the hourly, possible. Let me see. This is LMT, right? You're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, LMT, 4 hour. We have a buy signal on the market cipher. Again, I think reversion to mean is possible. So, and that's not small. On a 4 hour chart, reversion to mean is going from 330 to 350, and perhaps it's gonna be down here when you come down. So it's almost like 346. Probably volume profile. I should turn on volume profile here. Let me see the daily. Yeah, daily. Look at this, guys. So you guys know how I use Market Cipher, right? So these waves coming to the upside, and the curvature of the money flow is coming to the upside. This has exhausted the downside move. There's definitely a bounce here that's coming up, okay? Obviously, no one knows what's going to happen with price, but based on our good setups with Market Cipher, this has bounce written all over it. So from these levels to perhaps, like I said, 346, 330 to 346. Let me see if I find a similar situation back here. Yeah, we do. So I think, yeah, guys, so that's, yeah. So if I take from here, wow, I mean, I don't know if this would happen, but I mean, it already happened, I guess. No, we need to take this from the small. Anyhow, this has, like right here, I'm just gonna keep this on. Okay, so price target of 344, 346. This zone here, it has easily reversion to mean with this money flow. What else did we say? We had 3M, right? We looked at 3M.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how we did, if we had followed, or at least, you know, from the, I don't know when we talked about, was it?
Yeah, last week I think we mentioned, oh no, the week before maybe. I mean,
yeah, I think we were here. So it pulled back.
Didn't do.
Looks like.
Yeah.
But remember, money calendar trades you have to follow the exact dates. So they're typically a 30-day trades, 30, 45-day trades. So
yeah.
So wait for the up move. But so 3M is also a Monday entry on the calendar. So these levels are buy, definitely. Squeeze is coming here. Money flow turning up. Yeah, like this was here. As a perfect trigger buy signal, it was. As long as you hold this line, you know, you can have your stop loss down here, right here. Your entry was here with this trigger wave. Now with this retest of the support, which was previous, I think, resistance here. This is a daily chart, yeah. So I expect a bounce from here. Let me see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, it is turning around. That's the exhaustion. Look at this, guys. Momentum wave buy signal came in. Let me see 4 hour. 4 hour as red diamond. We may kind of have a little bit of pullback here, but this momentum wave is smaller than this. This is going up. So you have, you know, perhaps you probably have a $10 move possible on 3M with the money flow turning to the upside. we may have a day or two of consolidation. I like the consolidation here a little bit more, day or two. We want that consolidation to lead to a histogram change on the squeeze, okay? So I want to see a smaller histogram bars, then you can, so we should check the 4 hour and then see this momentum wave turning and the squeeze turning. Once that happens, you get your signal to get in. You have a price target of, wow, yeah, if this wave complete, I mean, your near term is probably, first target is 184 and the next one is 191, okay? Karthik, do you want to take a look at McDonald's and ADP?
Yeah, I can do that.
That's for, I think, November 6th, we said.
McDonald's, I have it up November 4th that I jotted down here.
Okay. All right, maybe I misspoke.
Yeah. So November 4th.
Actually, did I skip November 3rd? Do you want to take a look at SPY for November 3rd?
Yeah, I want to look at Google as well. I know.
Google, yeah. Let's go in order. I skipped by notes. Sorry, I had a handwritten notes. So you're more organized than me. Let's look
no. I just jotted down when you spoke up. Let's look at Google. This is the chart that you want to get bullish with the all-time highs in here. I am not going to buy this at the all-time highs. I mean, it could go all the way to wherever. This is my 2 ATR line, and 3 ATR line is around 29.85, close to 3,000. Let me just look at my voodoo line, see if there's any support in there. Give me 1 second on Google. Maybe that could be interesting play here.
Break of 28.50. If we kind of stay above it, that's bullish for Google. I don't know if we ever come down to those levels because we're at 29.60, but above 28.50, Google is bullish for me. As long as it stays up.
Gotcha. So the snow line, I think we may do some kind of a butterfly into 3010, 3010. Could be a potential trade idea. Snow line is at 33,010 right here.
Okay.
I think interesting. Above that, the fire line is around 3180, guys. That's typically a magnet. These fire lines are typically a magnet where it can go. Google, I think we probably should look for a trade. If there's any pullback next week, I think we should get into Google from a longer term perspective as well to see, going into year end, this could be a trade that it's just broke out right now, right? Like you said.
Yeah. Let me show you on Market Cipher as well.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. So can I show
interesting,
you
I think.
really quickly? I'll come back to you.
Yeah, of course.
So we have 3-day, 2-day, daily squeeze. So daily squeeze, 2-day squeeze, 3-day squeeze. Guys, this is about the fire. With 88.35, and look at the setup with money flow on the green, VWAP positive. You had a trigger buy last week. We kind of missed it, but it's still this is a confirmed trend now. This 3-day chart looks really good. You definitely have a target of 31.95 in the near term. In the longer term, if this 2-day squeeze as well fires, you're looking at 33.40. Oh my God, we have to play this, guys. This is
agreed. Yeah,
this is looking really good. It'd be good to get Raul's perspective and Kevin's perspective on this.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing is on the daily chart, I see a momentum wave kind of turning here, which means we'll stay in the squeeze a little bit and consolidate. So it may give us a buy opportunity. Perhaps this is what I'm thinking, Karthik. Pull back to this level here, which is 28.99. Where are we now? 29.30. So 2900 is the middle of this candle, which is an entry for me.
2900, did you say? I'm just going to jot it down here.
28.99, 29. Yeah, 2900. Yeah.
Yeah, 2905 is another snow line, voodoo snow line that I do have. So maybe that's a good zone to get long if we get a pullback. Yeah, I agree. There's one other chart that I was trying to pull up here on Google. Give me 1 second, see if I can get this on to you guys. If there's any observations I want to make, I think it's definitely a play on Google, I think. Let's look at this, guys. This is the chart on some of the things I look at from a Fibonacci and the harmonics perspective. See if I can pull this up so that people can see. All right. Hopefully you guys can see in here. This is interesting. So
share 29. I'll remove mine. Okay. Yep.
You can't see my. Sorry about that.
No, I just said you, so we can see now.
Go ahead. Oh, you can see. Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. So this is my harmonics and the ABCD pattern that I look at. Some of the charts on the Google is the numbers that I see. The ABCD drawn from here ends at around 3007 level. Okay, so. And then the 1.27 extension of the Fibonacci zone around 3032 to the upside based on this kind of 1.272 extension. So I mean, we could definitely play like from 2900 if there's a pullback to say 3007 and then 3032. At least from a Fibonacci standpoint, and the harmonics and the ABCD patterns probably line up pretty well around 3007 to 3032. That could be a sell zone, but I think there's definitely, we need to look at this from a long side. From a long side, if there's any pullback that you could see, and then play this name actually. So I like Google to the long side. Yeah, ideally, I mean, last week was earnings, like everybody know, and that could be the reason.
Oh, yeah, for this. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a big candle in here, but yeah, see if they break out to the. I think if they take out the highs of the report bar, I'm sure it's going to the upside. Maybe not the velocity of this move, but at least like from a 45-degree angle, this could kind of do something like this on Google.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's interesting. We should definitely keep this in the front of our watch list to play this.
What else on the money calendar left?
I guess SPY. Do you want to look at SPY? I mean, I don't have anything.
Indices already. Maybe go to McDonald's or ADP. One of those.
All right. Let's look at. Yeah, let's look at McDonald's, guys. Okay. I mean, the market structure itself is like, if you see here on the side, it's a sideways chop. It's right at the fire line right now at 245. I mean, that's where it's kind of hanging out. The Radium fire, that's last week there was earnings as well. So, I mean, where can it go from? It's right in the middle of this kind of the zone in here. So this is kind of my sell zone, and this ideally would be my buy zone around 236. If money calendar says buy, see if McDonald's pulls up to 236, or the voodoo skyline is around 240 right here. If you want to entertain to the long side on McDonald's. I mean, ideally, yeah, you want to get long somewhere here around 236. ADP quickly, we're almost running out of 1 hour right here, but let's quickly cover ADP. I mean, ADP is at all-time highs with the earnings gap up and those kind of things. There could be potential resistance here at 227. But yeah, look at this. This is the 5 SMA. I think I look at 5 SMA. It's like one time framing to the upside. I would definitely buy this if it pulls back to 221, another $3 or $4 in here. Maybe there's a catch trade. I don't know how long was the money calendar trade, but ADP, we may just buy to the test of this 5 SMA, buy it, and then maybe we get a 1-day trade or 2-day trades for me if you want to be on the long side on the ADP.
I think whatever the date money calendar is showing, we should wait and see. It might do a pullback by then, and then you end up in a good place to buy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Do you want to?
I think we covered a lot. Oh, I don't know what is A? Yeah, is that the?
Is Agilent? It's a technology. So I mean, take a look at it. It's pretty interesting. When I looked at it, it did.
As a daily.
You're right. There's a low compression daily squeeze. It's interesting. I mean, it's making a higher low, I should say. After, I'm not sure when the earnings are, but this could be, after this big pullback. Do we get a wave 2 to the downside? Like an A, B, C, D pattern back in here. Let's just quickly draw a Fibonacci number in here. I don't have voodoo lines in here. Look at this, guys. I mean, it's the 38.2% kind of retracement is typically after this big pullback. I would entertain this to the short side. 1, 2, and then 3 all the way down. So that's the wave 3 to the downside. But money calendar is saying long. Do we get back to this 146 level to test it to get long? If we can find a double bottom to that extent, we could kind of get long. But the Radium 5 Pro is close to getting to the overbought region. This could be since I'm looking at this with the ADX in the red and all that, I'm entertaining this to the short side actually.
I think we'll have to see if it pulls back enough in the next couple of days, and then gives you an opportunity to do a W here on your chart.
Exactly.
Takes out of this previous high, recent high, and then it will turn. You can confirm the reversal. But I agree with you. It's not the best setup. So.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. I think we hit our 1 hour threshold easily every week. Anything else you want to cover?
No, but I mean, I think that's kind of. I think we covered everything that we wanted to address with the FOMC. I would be very cautious trading the next couple of days. Obviously, after FOMC, anything could happen. We may not get huge, upside or to the downside. We may kind of be on the flattish kind of market next couple of days, and then maybe we get some volatility after the FOMC or going in, just after the FOMC event is done. I think that's kind of the only thing that I'm keeping in my mind to play for next week. I'm trying to stay nimble, guys. It probably is the best approach. Even though seasonality says stay long, but the sentiment is, say, bearish. It's kind of mixed situation. So as we discussed, wait for the pullback to get long on some of the stocks we discussed, and let's stay in the game.
Excellent. Thank you all for joining. Let's guys, let the trades come to you, and pick your moments, and look forward to making money together this week as well. Make sure you're taking advantage of the crypto bull run as well. I think we continue to have pullbacks, buy the dip, rally up. So a lot of opportunities in crypto right now in the next 2 months, especially So definitely make sure you have some exposure to it, at least to benefit from the bullish momentum and the opportunities there. Well, with that, have a great week, everyone. Thank you, Karthik, my friend. Always enjoy your views around the upcoming week. So
yeah, thank you, E.O. And thank you everybody for joining as well. Take care.